Hey everybody, here with a quick story on Johnathan Majors. Earlier this year, Johnathan Majors was accused of putting his hands on his at the time girlfriend, okay? And he was charged. He was charged, and now he has to face trial. He has to go to trial. And this is probably the worst time ever for him. He's going to trial during a time period where all of these people back to back to back to back has been accused. Well, not just people, all of these men back to back to back to back have been accused of SAing females. And now here it is. Tomorrow his trial starts. Ugh, what a time for Johnathan Majors. So he was caught in New York City. I'm gonna give this to Meagan Good. She's standing by her man's side. And I'm not mad at her. It's your business. If you want to stand by your man, and that's what Meagan Good is doing. So Majors cuddles girlfriend Meagan Good in New York City a day before his assault trial. I don't know what jury they're going to find, but I hope they find an impartial one, a jury that can be fair, hear the evidence, and then make a decision. So Johnathan Majors is finding comfort in the arms of his girlfriend, Meagan Good, just one day before he's set to appear in front of a jury for the start of his criminal trial. They look good together. She looks like she's really dedicated to him. Like, this is not a joke. This is not just for show. This is really her man, okay? The embattled actor who's been charged with harassment and assault in the Big Apple after allegedly putting hands on his ex-girlfriend Grace Jabari earlier this year was cuddling up with Meagan Good out in the streets of New York City on Tuesday. Okay, they having a little meal together. I wonder what restaurant they went to. The two grubbed at Jack's wife, Freda. Okay, and as you can see in these photos obtained by TMZ, they were showing off a lot of love and PDA. All right, looking happy together. Meagan and Johnathan, who were both wearing all black, nuzzled one another in the street outside of the restaurant and eventually switched positions a bit to where Johnathan Majors had his arm draped around his lady with her back leaned up against him, okay? And maybe they're wearing black because it's a funeral. All right. And when I say a funeral, I mean the death of his freedom. I don't know. I don't know how this thing is going to go. You never know how these things are going to go. So that's why it's so, it's so scary in a lot of ways, right? Safe to say these pictures are worth more than 1,000 words, especially ahead of such a big day for him and arguably his reputation and career down the line, showing Meagan is standing by Johnathan amid this tumultuous time. Now, listen. This is why I'm really, really, really giving it to her. Because there's a lot of people, when you're down and out, they run. Nobody really came to Johnathan Major's side. None of his actor friends really stood by him. Nobody was coming by and say, listen, hey, we know Johnathan. This is not who he is. But here we go. Meagan Good came out of nowhere. And she's standing by her man. Okay. Meagan has been by Johnathan's side pretty much throughout his criminal case, which is interesting considering their relationship kind of came out of nowhere, right on the heels of the ugly allegations hurled against him. Okay. And listen, for all we know, she was always in the background. We just didn't know. For all we know, the girl that was texting him and saying, Johnathan, where you at? When he was in the car with the girlfriend, it could have been Meagan Good. I don't know. I'm just, thinking in my head here, right? So this is when he went to court back in June. She was with him. Okay. So remember, Grace alleges she and Johnathan got into an argument back in March and claims things got physical to the point where she says he struck her and caused injuries. Okay. He denies such any attack. In fact, he claims it was actually Grace who got physical with him, not the other way around. Grace actually ended up getting arrested and booked well after the incident, but the DA refused to prosecute. And so, see, that's a whole nother story in and of itself. It's like, but see, this is what happens when we want to say that you believe the victim when it's a woman, you only believe her. And listen, guys, I don't know what happened here. And I'm not saying he's innocent. I'm just saying he said the same thing she said. He got arrested, booked, and has to go to trial. She get arrested, and they say, we ain't bringing that case. Nah, we don't believe that. So we arrest her out of, just because y'all crying about it, but we're not bringing her. We're not going to prosecute her. It's interesting, right? Major's team has pointed to surveillance footage of Grace partying after the alleged beating she claims she took from Johnathan Major. And they say she looks completely uninjured and unbothered. Okay, that was those two back in 2022 in better times. So they was together for a minute. Okay. That was them, looking like a nice little couple there. Still in the DA's eyes, Grace is the alleged victim and Major remains in the crosshairs as the defendant. If convicted on the misdemeanor charges he pled not guilty to, he faces up to a year behind bars and a 3-year probation period. Whoo, that's a lot though, right? Because Johnathan Majors was on his way up. But listen, if what Grace is saying is true about Johnathan, then it's better he gets checked now before we have like a Diddy situation on our hands, right? A line of women back to back saying, some man did this to them. And that man is Johnathan Majors. We got to see how this plays out. Let me know your thoughts. But at any rate, I'm going to say, I give it up to Meagan Good. She's not listening to the naysayers. She's not listening to the noise in the background. This is her man. She seems to know him. They look pretty happy together. She's chilling, eating her food, and she's standing by her man. Listen, guys, chat with me in the comments. And when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. Don't forget to hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. If you are a subscriber, thanks for watching and welcome back. Everybody, thanks for watching. People, hit the like button and I'll see you on the next video.